Morning Live, last interview of the show, and we talk all things food with Mokgadi, who describes herself as a self-taught home cook, recipe developer and content creator, as well as food influencer. Her mouth-watering homemade meals and original lunch boxes posted daily across her social media platforms have captured the attention of thousands of followers. Well, Mo in the kitchen, as she is popularly known, joins us now in the studio to tell us more about her journey in the digital culinary space. All right, Mokgadi, welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's start with your fascination with the love for food. Where did it all start? When did you say, would somebody say, you're good enough, let's go?
So it actually started off at home, not even on social media. So my husband and I, actually, our last born was a premature baby. So, and I had a discussion with our pediatrician about the types of food because he was allergic to a lot of food stuff. And she said, you know what, maybe perhaps, try cooking some of the stuff to kind of like, make things at home so that you don't have to buy, store-bought food. And that's where the journey began. I started to make, puree for him when we started introducing him to solids. And that's how the journey began. And one day I called a few friends in my house and we had lunch. And one of my friends said, but why don't you post on Instagram?
Yeah. And
I said, but okay, the whole Instagram posting food thing doesn't, it wasn't appealing at that point in time. And slowly but surely I started, and that's when the numbers just came in, and I would host a few, friends over to taste a few recipes and all of that. And that's how the journey began.
Yeah. What's your signature dish?
My signature dish will be the oxtail, the Brazilian oxtail. So it's not your typical oxtail. It's just simmered in beef stock and a lot of Worcestershire sauce until it's caramelized. So that is my signature dish. And obviously the school lunch boxes that you see every morning, there has also been quite a demand in terms of, mummies don't know exactly what to pack for their kids. Yeah. So that has also become a signature dish for me. And also the sandwiches. My husband is a Sami person. So I've also just mastered how to make those gourmet sandwiches from my kitchen as well.
I want to talk about the lunch boxes. You can tell I'm a mom. What are the ideas? Because you also, you get there and your mom and you don't even know what to give them anymore because you don't want them to get used to the same thing and they get tired of it.
Yes. So the idea was that, when I was growing up, the lunch box was your typical, sandwich with polony and butter and jam. And then I just started thinking, because our little one started school this year, and I was thinking, okay, so what am I going to make him for lunch? Because I'm used to being at home and feeding him whatever that I'll cook at home. So I needed to make it now to the lunchbox, and that's when the idea started coming in, and the pies and the tacos and the pitas and all of them. And every night I would just think, okay, so what am I going to make him tomorrow for lunch? That's where the ideas actually just started flowing. And a lot of mummies said, you know what, actually this is helpful because we did not know what to give them when they go to school. So now we've got fancy lunch boxes for the little ones when they go to school.
That's so good. All right, let's talk about what we have here. What do we have here? This is what's smelling in the studio. If you're wondering, what's this? What is this?
So what we have here, it's a chicken soup. It's perfect for anyone that is actually suffering with flu. It's got garlic, it's got turmeric, and it's got ginger. So when you eat it, you can actually get that kick of ginger. And then it's got some carrots, it's got chicken bites, it's got fresh thyme and rosemary, and also pearl couscous so that it becomes filling. It's just not soup. So this is like an entire meal on its own. So once you have it, then you've actually had a whole meal. So if you're suffering from flu and you just want something in your stomach, this is the perfect one to go to. Yes.
And you bake too?
Yes, I do. And this is actually my signature dish as well.
Right.
This is when we started baking now. This is my milk rolls. So this you can just have with butter, jam, cheese, and all of that. So perfect for, if you want to top up on top of the soup or you just want to have something on the side for tea. Yes.
And we are talking dessert here.
Okay, and for simple desserts, if you check my page on Sunday, I usually have a little something dessert on the side after lunch.
Yeah.
So this is what I've made now. It's lemon malva pudding, and then you can have this with fresh custard or with ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the food trends? Which direction is food heading right now?
So the food trend is changing from your typical cooking in the normal kitchen to, fresh herbs. I actually keep fresh herbs in the kitchen. I don't cook with, a lot of, the old stuff that we used to cook with in terms of, the soup that you mix with hot water.
Yes.
And no, so I've actually went now fresh herbs. So what I do, even with a typical beef stew when you're cooking, I do fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and just beef stock. And I think that's where we're going now with the trend. We're moving away from those typical, soup things that you do in the kitchen with hot water. So we're actually moving into now tasting the fresh ideas that actually come from your kitchen. I also have a little garden in my backyard where I actually grow the fresh herbs. So and also, we're also moving away from, all those store-bought things that you put in the microwave for 2 minutes. We're actually moving into the idea of now making your own food. So and I mean, a lot of people have been asking in terms of, give us a recipe. For me, it's not only just giving you a recipe. It's also about teaching you how to do it.
Yeah.
So before we get to the recipe part, let me show you how to do it so that you can actually taste some of the food that you've made. So yes, I can give you a recipe and you might get it wrong. I want to show you as well. So on top of this also, there's just been a few ladies that have been gathering together just to come and, on teams, just to come and teach them how to make simple things like your mac and cheese, like your butternut soup, like your, creamy chicken livers and all of that. So that's the idea for me, is not only the recipe, but also teaching you how to actually get to the part where you're comfortable in your own kitchen.
So how often are these Microsoft Teams gatherings happening, and how do ordinary people be part of it?
So the idea just started with a few friends, and now we're actually literally going to be expanding that into your cooking studio type of setup where people would come and then would just go into the pots and just show you how to do it and just get you to get that confidence before we even talk about the recipe.
Yeah.
So we've had one so far successfully, and I know I've also had pictures from the mummies in terms of the mac and cheese that people have been struggling to, to cook. So we're literally branching into that we need you to come so that we can show you how to actually get it right before we even get to
That's
the
actually
recipe
such
part.
a good idea.
Yes.
All right, so a few of your pictures, I wanted to talk about some of your dishes, your signature dishes as well. We've spoken about how this one is also one of them, but see if we can't show you that we've also got. Let's see another one, this. And this looks simple enough.
And this is like literally a 30-minute meal. So this is your pan-fried hake with some green beans and green peas there, and caramelized onion and potatoes.
Yeah.
So literally 30 minutes, you're done with a lemon and butter sauce. 30 minutes and it's dinner on the table and you're done. So that's how simple, and that's the reason behind it, that we want to make those beautiful meals, back into your kitchen where it becomes now your everyday meal.
Let's see the other one now. See if there's another one that's going to come in. No, we've spoken about lunch boxes. This, I'm very happy. This looks delicious. This is like a stir fry.
Yeah, so this is your beef stir fry. So what I do with the beef stir fry is I would actually during the day, I would actually just put some olive oil and salt and pepper into it and just let it marinate there. And just closer to the time of cooking, then put in a little bit of corn flour, and it just makes it to soften it up. And then you then caramelize your veggies. Don't overcook your veggies so that the color still is there. And then just cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes on low heat. And then you can serve with rice or your egg noodles.
All right. Mokgadi, thank you so much for talking to us.
So much for
Time
having
really
me.
does fly when we're having fun. Well, that's self-taught home cook, recipe developer, content creator, and food influencer, Mokgadi Lelo, speaking to us about what her digital culinary journey has entailed and what we can look forward to. I love the lunchbox idea, is by far my favorite. All right, we are back next week, Saturday and Sunday, but tomorrow though it's SK and Leanne 6 to 9 a.m. From all of us here, bye-bye.